there. I'm Christine Kidder, career coach, helping you find work that works for you. And I'm streaming live on three platforms, not just LinkedIn, but also Facebook and YouTube. And the reason why I'm doing this is just a quick learning bite or training bite to help you have an irresistible LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile should communicate your value. And my topic in the next couple minutes is first impressions on LinkedIn. Like when you are on LinkedIn and you're going through the feed, what makes you go to someone's profile and look at it? And then when you do go to their profile, what's the impression? How long does it take to make an impression? Our attention spans are so short and they keep on getting shorter. And I know I did a post on this not too long ago. And yeah, so our attention spans are shrinking, although they're pretty short to begin with. So really pay attention to when you are looking at someone else's profile. How long do you look at it, first of all? How long does it take to make an impression on LinkedIn? Not very long at all. That's why it's critical that your LinkedIn profile makes a great first impression, that it's irresistible from the get-go. You don't want to waste any time because you might not have that person come back to your LinkedIn profile. And part of it too is, what are you trying to accomplish? You should have a plan in your career. If you're in job search, you should definitely have a plan. And then even if you're like totally happy in your career, what's your plan with that? Like, you probably don't want to be in the same place a year from now. Maybe like, what should be different? What should change? How do you want to be better? And that's why, you should really, your LinkedIn profile is a huge component of that. So keep in mind, let's go back to when you are looking at somebody else's LinkedIn profile, not only how long are you looking at it for, and then what is it that you look at? Do you just look at the top and then you move on to the next thing? Or do you take a little bit longer and scroll down their profile to look at their work experience, maybe to look at their education, to look at their recommendations? When are you doing that? Do you do that all the time? Or do you hardly ever do that? But again, that's the thing, to be aware of the impressions that you are making when you are on LinkedIn, and what's the impression that you are making in your LinkedIn profile. And also being clear on what the value is that you bring in your LinkedIn profile as well, or that you communicate to the reader. What is coming across? In a tip, you could actually ask, I'm sure you have people that are in your network that maybe you had worked with in the past, or maybe you're working with them right now, or you could have some friends that you haven't worked with, but you could just ask them for their opinion. Ask them to view your LinkedIn profile. And, just to make it simple, you could ask them for 5 adjectives. How would they describe your LinkedIn profile? What are the adjectives that they get from your profile? Those adjectives are part of your brand. Like it or not, that's what you're communicating. Are those the adjectives that you want in your brand? If not, then you do have some updating to do with your LinkedIn profile. So that's something to consider as well. Getting back to the top half of your LinkedIn profile. So what are those 3 major components that make up that top? It's not even the top half. I'd say it's the top third portion of your LinkedIn profile. What are those 3 components? And you could actually right now, in addition to watching me. Oh, and by the way, if you are watching, please put in the comments where you're watching from right now. And also, if you have any LinkedIn questions, let me know what your questions are. And because I am trying to monitor the comments as well while I'm talking here. But if you just take your phone out, and by the way, I think that the LinkedIn app for your cell phone is great. It's a good tool. Everyone should have it if you are on LinkedIn on a regular basis. It's very helpful. When you pull up the app on your phone, and then you could just click on anyone's profile just to view it. But when you're viewing their profile, like right away, you see the three main components. You see the banner image, you see the profile picture, and you see the person's headline. And then if those things are getting your attention, you might scroll further down. All right. So right away, you want to make sure that those three components are getting across what you want to get across. All right. And then another key thing to keep in mind is who are you targeting? Oh, that's my dog. He's making a little noise here. Sorry. Who is in your target audience? Who are you trying to target in your LinkedIn profile? Like, and again, that all comes back to your career plan. What is your career plan? Where are you trying to go? Where do you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? You should plan out and then work your way back to that and what that should be. Keywords in your headline. What keywords do you want to have in your headline? Do you have a professional profile photo? That's important too. It's also a nice touch when you have a solid color background. Your face should take up 60% of the frame in the profile circle. And then if you can have a good color that you like, that you feel matches with your brand, of color that pops, and it just makes your profile picture, more attention getting, grab the person's attention. And again, like a professional headshot is ideal. If you don't have that now, then the next best thing I would say is professional selfie is possible. Some picture is better than no picture. I still see a lot of LinkedIn profiles that don't have any photo at all, and that's probably what I would say is the biggest mistake in your LinkedIn profile, is not to have any kind of picture, because it's representing you, and you are unique, and you want your LinkedIn profile to have a personal touch, and it can't have your personal touch if you don't have your photo in the profile circle. So that's another key thing too. And then in that, another big mistake that I see people making, and not making a great first impression, is that banner photo. A lot of people think, oh, I can just go with the LinkedIn standard. That's fine. No, it's not, because again, you want to get your brand across. And we often forget that we are visual thinkers. We think in pictures. We do. And it's so much easier. Like when you've heard a presentation or gone to a training, isn't it so much easier when you see all these great visuals, all these great pictures to convey the information? The same thing applies to your LinkedIn profile. Okay. It really, I can't stress that enough. And if you can come up with a banner photo that communicates your brand visually, then you are winning. You are doing a great job in your LinkedIn profile. And I've got lots of tips. I'm, really getting into the details of all this good stuff with your LinkedIn profile on this Thursday, which is October 28th. It's 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thursday is the private Zoom training session. Okay. It's going to be a recorded call, and you'll get the recording. So even if you can't make that time, if that time is not good for you, you can still register and sign up. There is a short application because I really want to tailor the training to all of the participants. So I want to make sure, sorry, I have my dogs right here. They're so cute. I want to tailor that training specifically to the participants in that group. And this way we can get your questions answered and really tailor it to you so you can get the most value out of it. But so anyway, it's a $17 registration fee for that. And really, we're going to be focused on what you can do, what you need to do to make your LinkedIn profile irresistible and to really communicate your value. And I just need to make sure. I don't think I checked the questions yet because I was too busy talking about, no, it's not there. So if you do have questions, I would love to see what they are. The most common questions that I receive from people are, how can I, the big broad question of how can I communicate my brand? How do I do that? And there's a lot of different ways that you can communicate your brand. And I try to touch upon them in this like little training bite right now. But there are different ways. Some are easier, some are need a little bit more, but they're not impossible. You can do it. It doesn't take a lot of time to just do some tweaks that can really get your brand across and send the message that you want to send in your LinkedIn profile. So again, you're invited to the training session that I'm doing. It's again private Zoom training session this Thursday on October 28th. It is a recorded call. So again, if that time is bad for you, it's at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. If that time is bad, you would get the recording regardless. And then, it's going to be, we'll have Q&A. It's going to be tailored to the participants on what you need. Oops, I definitely have to go in order to have an irresistible LinkedIn profile and really communicate your value. Thanks so much for your time and for watching. And I'm going to be live some more tomorrow, Tuesday, and even Wednesday before the longer LinkedIn Live Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks and enjoy the rest of your day.